With me now is Sonya Shellard. Sonya works for an organisation that gives advice to parents. Welcome to Channel M Today, who, after those statistics, may be quite alarmed. Do you think it's fair that they should be?
I think it's right that parents take full responsibility for what their children are doing. It's a very different world. United Nations only in 1989 said that children had a right to personal privacy, not having personal letters opened, not having their telephone calls listened to. But it's a very different world. There is the internet. We all have a vital role to play in keeping it safe, not only for our children, but for other people's children too.
And yet, despite your assertions there that children have a right to privacy, Sarah Payne, the mother of Sarah Payne, is saying that parents should snoop on their children's online activities. Would you concur with that?
Absolutely. I think it's absolutely right. I think things are different. So whilst they suggested there was personal privacy, actually things are different. My suggestion is actually the parents need to look into what their activities their children are undertaking. If you're not familiar with what's going on now, you should get online. You should find out. You need to go on Facebook if your children are on Facebook. You need to check out Bebo. You need to look at Instant Messenger. You can't possibly educate and guide your children unless you know what world they're now living in.
And you need to speak an entirely different language.
You do.
It seems, looking at my children's internet activity, which I do check and I trust them, but there are emoticons and little whizzy things and phrases that they use that, frankly, I have no idea, nor should I, because I'm a different generation.
Absolutely. Different generation. They are not mini adults. They are children learning. We need to be there. We've got much more experience and points of reference than they do. So we need to actually outline and just illustrate to them, check out the assumptions they make. For example, I was told quite recently, I was chatting to my daughter, she's very aware of what a paedophile is and what a paedophile might do. And we were talking, she said, it's OK, they don't have photographs on. So I would only make friends with someone who has a photo. So again, the assumption's incorrect. You know, real basic understanding. They can easily get a photo. She answered that. She'll look at see if they've got an album of photos. They can get an album of photos. So please, parents, check the understanding. Don't accept that they understand what's going on. It's a very different world.
And is it an exaggerated danger? Because we do hear of some cases, but when we get a case, it makes national news because it doesn't happen very frequently. I don't want parents who are watching this programme tonight to think that when their children go off to do their homework, they're being stalked by a paedophile.
Absolutely. Is it exaggerated? Actually, it's irrelevant whether it is or not. It's the fact that parents have a vital role to play.
Okay.
It is important that you know what your child is doing. It's important that you talk to them, that you have that conversation, and that you explain what it is that's happening out there.
But don't teenagers, by their very nature, keep things from their parents? You and I probably did when we were teenagers. Don't this generation do it from us?
Of course. Absolutely. Of course they do. However, it's just making those bridges, keep the conversation going, being alert to unusual behaviour, unusual activity. And there are some guidelines and some boundaries within your home. Obviously, the older they get, yes, of course, they'll keep things from you, and that's the nature of being teenage. But stay alert, check it out, see what's happening and talk to them.
It's about communicating with your kids, isn't it?
Communicating, absolutely.
Thanks very much indeed, Sonya.
Okay.
Very good advice. Thanks a lot.